those customers, when they come, what is that one thing they can talk about you? Is it about your language? Is it about how you present to them? Is it about how you welcome them? Is it about how you speak to them? How many people have ever been in maybe you are seated as a team and the customer says, by name, mentions and says, Marion, come and talk to me. Come and speak to me. And even you no longer remember this client. And even you feel surprised when this customer mentions your name. How do you feel about that experience? When a customer comes after a long time and you cannot even remember about him, but when he comes and says, hello, Joseph, how are you? It's a long time. In your head you start imagining, where did I meet him? In a bus? No, you are like, maybe kindly, please try to remind me, where did I meet you before? No, it was here. We came here, you were one of the people who served us tea that morning. We had a night here. Feel that experience. I don't know how you also feel when a customer recognizes you by how you did your work towards him, you provided a service, you gave him attention, and when he comes, he can still remember about you. How do you feel? And he says, I have nothing to offer you, but I think you deserve something. Can you have this 50K? When we are serving customers, we don't expect them to pay us. That's one where some people go wrong. When we serve customers, we don't expect them to pay us either, because we know that they are paying for a service. Are we together there? When customers are coming to us, they need something to eat, they need accommodation. When we give them that attention, we help them understand our services. We explain to them. We don't expect a pay. But when they do it, that is what we call exceptional. It was not in your plan. It just came because the customer felt very happy by how you gave a service, how you delivered the service. And by the time you wake up, that's why we are saying when you are doing a customer care, when you give a very good customer care service, customers will move towards you. You stop chasing them, customers start chasing you. We want to understand objectives of this training. We have a number of things that we want to achieve after this training. And we shall have also time to interact practically, see how we can deliver this exceptional customer service. One of our first objectives is to understand the importance of customer care in hotel performance. How is it important? That's one of our objectives. The second is to demonstrate professional customer service skills. You know, sometimes you might be doing something, but you don't know how important is it. How is it relevant? How is it helping the institution? How is it helping you as an individual? Handle complaints effectively and professionally. I don't know how many times you've ever met complaints. And we shall see that tough time when a customer maybe was disappointed by something. Sometimes some of these customers may complain about something which is not even part of you, where you are not part of the arrangement. And I will tell you my experience at some point, how I met that hardest time in this industry, this very industry. And you will realize that some of the things that we meet in real life It's just to be that one person that can understand why you are in that sector, why you are in that industry. Manage difficult customers positively. I don't know whether the difficult customers, we shall be there. Eh? The difficult customers. He says, can I have a room at 30,000? We shall see how to professionally negotiate in that way. Eh? And interest them. A person who came to pay 50,000, 20,000 or 30,000 ends up paying the actual money. Promote customer retention and loyalty. You know, when customers are maintained, the business grows very fast and there will always be a good experience. And you know, a customer, when they ask about a customer, maybe someone was here in Fort Potro, maybe a year ago or 2 months ago, and when they ask him, where can I sleep? The first name that comes to him is Night Rose Hotel. Develop personal customer service improvement commitments. We want by the time we come here, we all have commitments to serving customers. Who do you consider to be your customer here? Any person who comes here to support us, to give us business. Any other person who is on different? I could have the different answers, but I want to understand, what do you also understand? Who is the customer here? Yes?
The customer is a person who leads to the development and improvement of the hotel.
Okay. It says a customer who comes, maybe makes some transaction, that transaction, those transactions make the support and the development of this what? Of this hotel. We can understand about customers, but customers are people who come to us that are interested to either buy a service or give us also a service. By the way, I know all our mind are only looking at those who come only to give us, to get services from us. But there are those also who come to give us services. Do we understand them? Are they also important? And let me tell you something. This person comes to give you a service and ends up becoming your customer as well. You become his customer, he becomes your what? Your customer. So when we understand that, every person stepping here is very important. Regardless of how he is, regardless of what you know about him, he's very important. That experience, that service, that attention you give him is going to make him believe in your industry, believe in your institution, trust your institution, and become royal. Like we mentioned, we'd always feel like, I miss to go to meet these people. I miss to go and have a dinner there. That is because you understood him as a what? As a customer. So whether it's a child, I have seen there are parents who come with their children. Do you know that child, if you give him attention, is going to always influence his mother, his father, to bring him here? Are we together, guys? Can that make a point? And by the way, when you speak to that girlfriend and you say, we are here to serve you, you are the reason why we are here. I think today has been good to have you. How are you feeling today? He says, fine, I'm feeling fine. The next time, when the boyfriend wants to divert him to another hotel, he says, no, I say no, we are going here. We don't compete with anyone. We compete within ourselves. We are not here to compete with anyone. We are here to provide that experience that will keep this customer royal. Trust our services. When someone after serving your customer, and you say, yes, Mr. Customer, how are you? How was the breakfast? How is the wine? How is the environment here? I would love every weekend, like such a weekend, you're always with us. We are happy to have you in this, at our place here. And anytime you always come, feel free. We are here to serve you. When he goes, he comes identifying a certain individual. He says, I was here, there is a certain lady who was very good here. Do you still have that lady? She's brown. If she didn't, that is when the customer does not recognize you by name. He describes, and the manager says, let me call her. She's coming to serve you. Now, let me ask you something. Can I ask this? Just imagine that you were to pay by the rate at which you serve customers. Who'd get the salary at the end of the month? They say, no, we are just going to go into the computation. We look at how many customers you managed to serve, and we rate you by the salary you deserve this month. Who can survive? Oh, wow. At least I have survivors. And actually, let me tell you something. The industry where it's going, it's changing. People are no longer hiring people because they want them. They are hiring people because they are going to add value. And these systems are coming in place. There is a system. The many orders you place there, that's how they are going to value you and how they are going to understand your performance at work. For the last 3 days, you have pressed 3 orders. But you have been working every day. Can we think you also understand our customers? Or the customers are understanding you? So, when we are here, when people are talking about an organized night rows, they are talking about the employees and the people that work within night rows. Because it's not about the building. It's about us who serve those customers, that customers can be happy, can feel free, can enjoy the stay. When we understand that before the customers, what they see in you is what they see about the organization. I don't know whether someone is understanding this. When you are outside there, even when you have left here, and someone knows that you work from here, the way you treat yourself outside there represents this institution. So if you are that kind of a person after here, you go to where we drink our buwaraji. When someone says, Katoya, oh, that guy works at Night Rose, much as he's drunk, but he works there. How would you feel? And that is the image you're showing to the public. Ntiraka komando kange mubaga wano. And they are saying, at Night Rose guys don't eat. Katoraba na yari mu kuchisenyi wano tufafatagana na ye. Sometimes fena tuli mukweyi. Muganda wange nakunge kutwala. When we talk about, I know I'm speaking to someone and you look at now how things rate. People outside there, when they see us the institutions we represent. Are we together? The neighbors, when they see you every time, you are the kind of a person who's not contributing for power, water, when that's what they are determining. And remember, for them to refer people here, they must look at also how you relate with them because you represent the institution. It's not about our personal challenges. It's about how we deal with our personal challenges because we represent institutions. Being smart doesn't cost you anything. It just needs water and maybe shop to wash clothes. It doesn't cost anything. It's cheap. That as a hotel, they have always, they have provided you a solution. You have uniform. Now just imagine that provision was not there. There could be a challenge in one way or the other. So that is something that we also need to appreciate because every time you will look nice and smart in that particular uniform because it is an attire of an institution. It is a dress code. Are we together there? Now, like when you look at her hair, she looks nice. Oba muchotera, mama, ori muchotera. And I think, don't ask any other hard word why she attracts attention of the guests. It's about, I don't know how about her, but if that is how I see her and that is how she is to the customers, definitely there will be a discussion. People are attracted to relate with people who appear nice and look good before them. Do you know about, when we understand about our customers, these people are coming from stress. They are coming here, you are also stressing them. Me, I've been struggling the whole week with targets somewhere in an institution where I work with. Now, I come here, you also appear the way you want. You are talking to me as if I'm a kid. No, if you don't want to take lunch, it is about you. It is already lunch. If you are taking it, you take it. Now, what don't you see? It's lunch time. Now, you want me to explain what? You know food is there. What do you want me to explain? No, if you want explanations, there is a book there. Can't you read? Cut out off. Now you are like, am I in the right place here? Am I in the right place really? You just feel okay, let me tell you, let me share something about, you just imagine that you are that person who's going to pay a plate at 50,000 and someone is treating you that way. Would you really be comfortable to pay that money? That's what we call understanding the real experience in customers. If you are that kind of a person, you are the one who has come and you want to be served, right? But the same person is serving you that way. And imagine that you are that very person who's going to pay that money. Would you pay comfortably? I know that there are some of the challenges that we meet as human beings. You are here, your ex comes with someone beautiful. Let me talk about that because I know it happens, it's in real life. And when he comes here, he says, when he reaches here, he sits somewhere with the girlfriend. Atekati gwe mutima owulire okufa. Ng'owulire ofa. He says, now the girlfriend is now calling because the other boyfriend may have some reservation about you. The girlfriend says, Muwara, give us, you come. Ate gwe ngeri obulumi bukutta. Now, let me tell you my experience that ranges from how this happens. You know, who knows about media, radio? Me, at least I have had time to work in a radio. Now, there was a time when I received a call that my father has been operated, but I was still I was on the microphone. Okay, the program was still on. So when it was that break of adverts, I had to pick a call. And I was called that my father has been operated. But remember, here you are serving audience. How do you manage such a situation? Do you say, I am leaving the radio, let me first go to attend the other person? The same pain you should carry when such experience comes. Be free, give them attention, because this is a job. This person, this girlfriend, we need her to refer other customers. But your misunderstandings, your break with the boyfriend, so do not interrupt this one who's a new customer. He's innocent. Above all, she doesn't know about you. And even she has never known that you ever lived in the life of this person. But for you are creating a war which she doesn't understand. All the beds are occupied. It's sad. But you know that at some point, this girl didn't know that you existed. Even when she knows about that you existed, was it why, if the things didn't work, then you let other people enjoy. In a society where you have to understand that things must continue, you have to let things go. Serve them the right way. Let me give you some clarity on somewhere. There are these customers have been with us, they have always worked with us, and they know about us. When even we were starting, when we were growing, when we were establishing, they are part of internal customers. They know our struggle. They have been with us for a long period of time. They were there when things were not even where they are. But they kept with us. They have kept giving us business. So when we understand them, we always need to appreciate them and keep them, continue to trust our services and believe in our services. Then we have these external customers. They will they will see a hotel here and they will come. They are told about the hotel, they will come. When they are coming here, the experience they will find here, the environment they will experience, it's what is going to keep them coming. And it starts from somewhere. That's why the hotel, everybody here is important, regardless of your position. Because a customer can be frustrated by a gatekeeper and he will never come back here. When the waiters are doing well, the waitresses are doing very well, but when at the gate, customer kakubahika ha gate hali, naja kuparkinge motokai. Gatekeeper askara kamtarabaniz. He may get a bad experience and he may not know the good food you have. He will say, those people tomburira. But he has been disappointed by what? By an individual. Now, you look at yourself. Why would you make 1,000 people feel bad about an institution because of you? You are this waiter, you are this waitress, who makes this one customer to discourage about 1,000. When I talk about 1,000, you may see that not true, but one customer, he's a commissioner. One customer I'm talking about, he's the head of an institution. He wants to conduct a workshop here, or he can conduct a workshop here. Bring about 50, 100 people per day, having lunch, breakfast, supper, and accommodation. But the bad experience he has about an individual, or the experience you got from an individual within us here, makes him uncomfortable to do business? Are you looking at the reasons why managers choose to fire? For you look at that one customer, you are looking at him as an individual. But for us, we are looking at that very one customer as a customer as 1,000 customers. That's how we value customers in business. That one what? Customer. 100 people per day for 7 days. How many people are those? 700. If they are for 10 days, mathematicians were dawa. That's 1,000, right? That's the 1,000 customers I was talking about. And you have frustrated this customer, he goes lamenting, and his experience, he feels he can never come back. Hotels work more on referrals. I want to go to Fort Portal next weekend. Oh, have you booked for accommodation? No. Oh, I have some good hotel in Fort Portal. Don't burden yourself. Just have their number. When you call them, immediately they will tell you what they can offer you. I was very, 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 very comfortable when the time I spent in Fort Portal. Actually, Fort Portal became it was a better place for me, better than where I sleep, even at home. So that experience, that exception, when this customer comes, you give him attention, you talk to him, you explain the services available. It's what keeps him going to feel comfortable to give us business. When an institution wants when they want to let some workers off, they always look at those who don't care about customers, whose value at work does not match with customer expectations. And if you lost a job during COVID, you need to work 10 times, because people who were very, very, very key in institutions were forced to be maintained. Because the institution used it to ask, if we let him go, where will we find him? But why? Because there is a value you give to the customers. You can be a chef. The food you prepare, and the customer feels the good taste, how delicious it is. But don't you also feel that pride when every customer says the food here is not found anywhere? Nichikugarra amani wama owishemu kirakugarramu amani. But you find every customer, every customer that tastes on your food says, oh, I will try. I will try. So learning never stops. When you stop learning, you stop growing. We could be talking about some of these things. You have met them. You have seen them. But it's because learning is a continuous process. You just look at management to make a decision to have you in this setup. Pay for someone to come and carry this training. It's a high commitment. That is an investment. The institution management is feeling about you. They want you to do better than you are doing. Yes, you are doing better, but doing exception is okay. Customers are people who need your assistance. They are not an interruption to your job. Now, this customer has come, but I was already going to do my things. Customers are not an interruption. How do we read that? Customers are people who need your assistance. They are not an interruption to your job. They are the reason you have a job. If today we waked up and opened this hotel and there is no customer coming for the last 3 months, what would happen? And you are saying they are interrupting you. So if they stopped interrupting you for 3 months, what would happen here? Akategeda kube mungaro. They are not an interruption. They are the reason why you have a job. Like I always say, customers want to be helped. When you help them solve a problem, they will always definitely do business with you. You need to have one common thing in your mind, that there is a customer that you need to serve. No, regardless of your challenge, but there is that one important person that you must serve, and that is the customer. Okay? There is a slide where we shall discuss about how to resolve conflicts and all that in an organization and all within individuals. Ekyo kisumuluzo katulese ebisumuluzo twagala kusumulula. Customer centric mindset. Whatever you are doing it for who? When you are here, whatever we are doing here as an institution, we are doing it for who? That means that all our efforts are there to support, improve, influence our customers. Our minds, our setup, our dress code is there. All this is done for our customers. Are we together there? Professional image. How you appear when you are talking to your customer, how you are dressed. That's what the customer will look at you. That's how the customer is going to interpret you. So you must remain with a professional image. How do waiters stand? How do I talk? How do I communicate? How do I carry a plate? How do I pick an order? How do I stand before the customer? Because you are portraying a professional image. You may not have sort of being in this industry, maybe at some point, but you are there. You must practice the practices of professionals in this industry. Customer care policy. We've heard about some of the rules and regulations. So the customer care policy, the customer is never wrong. Whether is proved to be wrong, the customer is not wrong. Oba muntegeddemu awo. Eyo ye customer policy. The customer is what? Is never wrong. For you who wants to create a lot of debate between the customer kankubulire nawe ebintu bino tobitegeera. That is not necessary. The customer is what? Is always right. Have you ever heard about the Indians have also they are saying the boss is always right. That's why they have managed to dominate the business industry. The boss is always right. The boss does not go wrong. Manager byayogera before. Nze mbimanyi. I've worked in 20 hotels. Now when you ask yourself, how have you worked in 20 hotels at the age of 30? Oh no, yachogedde. Oyagala kulaga nti you have a lot of experience, but ask yourself, why have you worked in 20 hotels at the age of 30, how many years were you spending at each hotel? There is a problem also somewhere. So accept that leaders also see certain things that we also don't see. The customer policy tells us that the customer is never wrong. What you need is to influence or change his attitude professionally. Yes, Mr. Customer, I understand we could have delayed, but allow me to tell you why this delay happened. What caused this delay? Well, our chef was overridden by some orders, and that's why it took us some time to get this order complete. But I think you have got the best meal, much as there was a delay. It's okay. I hope to see you again. Yeah? Look, that's smile. You need also to understand the services that the hotel offers. I'm sure the hotel does it offer products? We offer services. Okay? So you need also to understand the services. Sometimes you don't know which services are offered within that very institution. But it is where you work every day. It is up there, but I don't know whether it is part of the services. Now you ask yourself, you have been in the same institution for the last 30 days, for the last 2 months, for the last 6 months, but you don't know whether that hotel is hired. We have also feedback to the customers. Someone orders for something, you know it is not there. Come and give feedback. Say, this one is not available, or it's done, but we have this, or we can get you this, or it may take us this time to prepare for you this, to make this order. Come with solutions. Customers are happy when we give them solutions than leaving them to give us proposals, suggestions. Do we have all this? So these are very key strategies in customer service, because they embrace and influence customer retention, customer loyalty, and customer certification. Customers being certified with our services. Customer-centric mindset. When customers are coming to hotels, there is what they think about hotels. They have a feeling about the interpretation of hotel setup. And that's what is in their mind. So when there is any obstruction, anything to discourage them, anything to challenge them, it's a bad experience to them. The environment, it's good that here there is a good environment. The hotel is near town, but not having noise. You can have that environment. And that's what you can talk about when you are talking to the customers. When you are explaining to the customers, when you are interesting the customers, you will have a comfortable sleep here. The room has some good fun. You will have no interruption with maybe the temperatures and all that. You will have the comfort. The beds, it's big, it's wide enough to let you enjoy enough luxury. Mulimu abalinga abajazi akusindika busindisi genda moyo eyo yoyingira. You know, sometimes we communicate about certain things. When the customer says, let me check in, How do you interest him as well? He says, this room, I also know it. My brother, I also know it. That one, you have also known it. You need also to interest someone. As that process is there, the person is looking for a replacement in the process and is quiet about you. So the next morning you come, he says, this month you have worked how many days? Okay, fine. It's okay, your money is here. I think now, these days, we wanted you to be home. Who will have lost?